Hi, boys and girls. We're going to continue with Mr. Louie Screwy, Chapter 5, The Love Machine. I don't know if the school was really floating, but the L word was definitely in the air the day before Valentine's Day. In art class, Miss Hannah had us cut big hearts out of red paper to put all over the hallways. In music class, Mr. Loring had us sing love songs. The lunch lady, Miss LaGrange, made us heart-shaped tater tots. In the library, Miss Rupee dressed up like Cupid and read us a book about Valentine's Day in other countries. Did you know that Sylvania birds get married to each other? And in Korea, April 14th, men who didn't get a present on Valentine's Day gather together and eat noodles? Other countries are weird. That afternoon, we had computer class with Miss Yonkers, who's a genius. One time she invented a computer that turned vegetables into junk food. She should get a Nobel Prize. That's a prize they give to people who don't have bells. Miss Yonkers told us that she worked all weekend on a new invention called the Love Machine. What does it do? Andrea asked. It reads brain waves, Miss Yonkers said, and it shows what you love and what you hate. We all wanted to try the love machine. Michael got in first because he was sitting with his hands folded, and Miss Yonkers attached some weird wires to his head, turned on the love machine. I love football, said the computer voice. I hate going to the dentist. Wow, the love machine really worked. Michael does love football, and I know he hates going to the dentist. Miss Yonkers took the wires off Michael's head and attached them to Ryan's head. I hate getting shots, the voice said. I love broccoli. Wow, Ryan really does love broccoli. It's weird. Emily got to go next. Miss Yonkers hooked up the wires to her head. I hate mean people, the voice said. I love school. What a sick, twisted mind Andrea has. Miss Yonker called on me yet next. She stuck the wires to my head, and they felt cold. You know what AJ loves, Ryan says? Skateboarding, video games, dirt bikes, football. I hate school, the voice suddenly said. I love Andrea. What? Ooh, everybody went. That thing is busted, I told Miss Yonkers. I want a do-over. Miss Yonkers said that she had to give everybody else a chance first. The whole class started singing that song about me and Andrea sitting in a tree, Kissing. I thought I was going to die. It was the worst day of my life. The only thing I could do was run away to Antarctica and live with the penguins. Penguins are cool, and they wouldn't care that that dumb love machine said I loved Andrea. Chapter 6, Clutstock. My mother wouldn't drive me to Antarctica to live with the penguins. Why not? I asked. Because I don't want you to miss the big love festival, she said. All the parents are going to be there. It was the worst day of the year, Valentine's Day, the L day. And to make things even worse, I had to go to school with my mom. When we got to the field behind elementary school, there was a big sign across the soccer field. Welcome to Clutstock. A stage was set up with speakers on each side. Parents and teachers and kids were spreading out their blankets on the grass. Some of them were just like hippies. Everybody was making peace signs and saying stuff like groovy and far out. Andrea and Emily saw me and came over. They were wearing tie-dyed shirts, sandals, headbands, and flowers in their hair. Isn't this groovy, Arlo? Said Andrea. We're flower children. Far out, Emily said. Ugh. They were even more annoying than usual. I got away from them and walked until I spotted Michael, Ryan, and Neil, the nude kid. Do you think the surprise guest is Who do you think the surprise guest is going to be? Neil asked. I bet it's our old music teacher. Mr. Hine, Ryan said. Remember when he came back to school and Ryan didn't get a chance to finish the sentence because Mr. Louie got up on stage and started talking into the microphone. Walnut Street is closed, man, he said. Far out, everybody said. Far out. Happy Valentine's Day, Mr. Louie said. We're here to groove on 3 hours of peace and music. So kick back and dig the vibes. If you get thirsty, be sure to use the water fountains next to the stage. The first act was Mr. Klutz. He played the Star-Spangled Banner on a kazoo. Everybody clapped. Miss Holly, the Spanish teacher, came out with a basket of fruit on her head and she sang a love song in Spanish. Miss Patty, the school secretary, played the accordion. Miss Coco, the gifted and talented teacher, read a love poem while Miss Hannah played a bongo drum. A bunch of other teachers got up and sang. Mostly they were terrible, but everybody in the crowd clapped anyway. We didn't want to hurt their feelings. Between songs, me and the guys kept going to the water fountain to get drinks. Now it's time for the special guest, announced Mr. Louie. Put your hands together for my favorite rock and roll band all time. Kiss. Everybody went crazy when 4 guys in big boots and weird makeup got on the stage. Far out, everybody in the crowd yelled. Then we realized it wasn't the real Kiss. It was our librarian, Mrs. Rupee, the bus driver, Mrs. Cornwall, our science teacher, Mr. Docker, and our gym teacher, Mrs. Small. They were all dressed up like Kiss, and they started playing really loud. Miss Rupee was the lead singer. I want to read and write all night and day, check out books all day. She sang, I want to read and write all night and check out books all day. Everybody got up and started dancing. Mr. Klutz was dancing with Mrs. Lazar. Mr. Loring was dancing with Miss Coco. Miss Mackey was dancing with Miss Daisy. On stage, Miss Rupee stuck out her tongue. Flames started shooting out of her guitar. Smoke started coming out of the floor. It was cool. We were really hot from all the dancing, so me and the guys went to the water fountain. Mr. Louie was there moving around with his eyes closed. Klutstock is out of sight, he said. Are you dudes grooving on this 5? Oh yeah, Ryan said. It's far out. When do we vote? I asked Mr. Louie. Vote, he asked. Vote for what? Vote to see who gets kicked out, I told him. Oh no, that's not my bag, Mr. Louie said. You mean nobody gets eliminated like they do on reality TV? Asked Michael. No, man, this is all about love, Mr. Louie said. There's no winners or losers, just good vibrations. Aren't you going to have judges insult the singers and make them cry? Asked Ryan. No, dig the tunes, man, Mr. Louie said. Groove to the beat. Mr. Louie could tell I was disappointed. None of the teachers would be humiliated. He put his arm around me. Let me clue you in on a little secret, AJ, he told me. I spiked the water fountain. What do you mean? Shh. Put something in the water, Mr. Louie whispered. What did you put in the water? I asked. Remember I told you about my love potion? Well, I've been drinking it. Do you feel the love yet? Happy Valentine's Day. Ah! Chapter 7, Kissing is Gross. As soon as Mr. Louie told us he had put love potion in the water fountain, me and the guys spit out the water. Ugh, disgusting. There's love potion in there, I asked. Right on, Mr. Louie said. Love is the most powerful force in the universe. It helped levitate the school. Mrs. Rupee and her band finished their song. Andrea, Emily, and Annette came to the water fountain to drink water from the water fountain. Isn't this fab, Arlo? Asked Andrea. It's a heavy scene, man, Emily said. Annette nodded totally. Just then, the weird feeling came over me. I don't know what it was, but suddenly I had this urge to give Andrea a kiss. So I did. I kissed her. Ugh! Why, Arlo, Andrea said, all smiling. How sweet. I didn't know you liked me. I don't, I yelled. It's the water. Mr. Louie put love potion in it. He did? Andrea and Emily and Annette asked at the same time. You'll never believe in 100 million years what happened next. Emily kissed Ryan, then Michael kissed Annette. Word must have spread through the crowd because Mr. Louie put love potion in the water fountain. Because the next thing we knew, teachers started kissing each other. Parents started kissing each other. Everybody was kissing each other. Gross. This was the worst Valentine's Day in the history of the world.